Wow.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Look, Dad's here for his birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Papa.
Birthday to you. Feliz cumpleaños, pa.
Gracias, Cristian. ¿En dónde tú me dejaste mi cheque?
Mom says she misses you.
I miss you very. When are you coming back? When he's like a little boy, he was so like, baby boy. You know that? Like a baby boy.
He was goofy and energetic, and he had these goofy red glasses. They were like huge circle ones. I always make fun of him because he looked like such a nerd. But he was sweet. He taught me how to walk.
When you're the first child and you're a guy, like it's a big deal. Like you're the man of the house. Like they're grooming you to be the head of the house.
We grew up as a unit. We had like this apartment. It was a 2-bedroom apartment. There was like 9 of us living in there. We had an aunt, 2 grandmas, my grandpa, 3 siblings. So we grew up together all the time.
Come here. Look.
I wasn't as close with my brother growing up because we were always fighting and everything. It was the age difference.
I always used to make fun of her. She was like a tattletale. She was super soft. She always cried.
One of the first things he told us was about when you got sick. And you were 9 or something?
12.
You were 12.
Just
Okay.
turned 12. Mm-hmm. I woke up and I opened my eyes. I'm laying down and I can't sit up. And I remember I like crawled to the bathroom and then I yelled for my mom.
My mom's like, oh, like, you gotta go to school. She's like, oh, I don't really feel well. And my mom's like, yeah, right. Like, you just don't want to go to school.
I didn't see this monster coming to us.
We're heading out the door and I remember she walked past me and then I was like, oh, my keys. And I turned around and I like both my knees just slammed on the floor.
I throw everything that I have, my kids, everything.
And she came back running like, oh my God, like, are you okay?
What are you doing? You didn't see that? Oh my God, Michelle, whatever. And I said, Mama, don't worry, Mama. I'm okay, didn't feel anything. When I heard that, my heart stopped.
It's called guillain-barré syndrome. It was the kind of diseases where cells disguise themselves.
Cells in your body are bacteria that camouflages itself into white blood cells.
Your body's just attacking itself and it eats off the membrane that protects your nerves. I think it's called like myelin or something like that.
So the myelin is the cell that covers the nerves.
There's different layers of skin, and so when you touch your arm, you feel no pain. But without that layer, you touch your arm and it's like touching your nerves.
You reach out to like touch, the person you love and like give them comfort. You can't because all her nerve endings are gone. And if you touch her, it's like putting glass and cutting her.
If you move, it hurts. So your body's like, I can't do it.
You slowly become paralyzed and there's no cure, it's just time.
Michelle, in less than 2 weeks, was completely paralyzed. When you're like a mother and you're seeing that, 10 days before your daughter was dancing, and now she's dying, you block everything.
During the time like when Michelle was sick, my mom left her job and she was like, I'm just gonna be here.
The first 10 days, I didn't wash my body. I remember the nurses say, you don't want to get it? No, Michelle will not be alone in this hospital, paralyzed.
Everything was put like on my mom's credit card and she's like, when I get out, like I'll pay it.
And my dad at the time, he was working and picking up hours and trying to keep our head afloat.
He would work and then go straight to the hospital and then come back at night and like make sure that, me and Julia are okay.
I remember the face of Cristian now, and Cristian felt like he was losing his mind. Your mom and your sister is next to you, and one day, just one day, they disappear.
So I remember talking to my sister and like, she tells me you were always so strong. And it's like, man, there's like a little girl on a hospital bed And she's telling you that I want to be strong just like you. And it's like, no, like, you're the strong one, not me. Like, I'm here, I'm fine. Like, yeah, I've gone through some crap, but like, she was the strongest one there. And it's like, you don't have to give me credit. Like, this is you.
The only way I could communicate was because my eyes could move and my tongue could move. So my mom and I had signals.
If she moved the eye like this, was like something is hitching me.
If I would look at the door, it was like, call the nurse.
One blink was yes, or two blinks was no.
You know, if I opened them really wide, is that I couldn't breathe.
This was a sign that I was, all day, try that, never happened.
You know, when you're paralyzed, they have to bathe you while you're in bed. And there was a hook on the side of my mouth that was holding up the tube so I could breathe. And when they flipped me over, it unhooked. And I think there was a defect on the monitor because my oxygen levels were dropping and it wasn't beeping or anything. My doctor at the time had been on a different floor. And by the time he got there, I had flatlined.
The doctor comes in, tells my mom, get out of here.
The nurses had to get her out of the room. She was freaking out.
She started just hitting herself on the wall. Why is this happening to me?
And my aunt knelt down with my mom in front of her and she was like, she's dead, but we were gonna get through this. And luckily they were able to revive me. And the doctor came into the room where my mom was.
He talks to my mom and says in 5 minutes, your daughter's gonna wake up and you're gonna make believe this didn't happen. And that's what happened. My mom had to wipe the tears off her face and go see a daughter that you just saw flatline. How can you do that in a span of 5 minutes?
I was there for about 4 weeks. It had already paralyzed me completely, and then I turned my head.
I was trying to sleep and my husband was crying. He said, Junie, Michelle, look, Michelle. And Michelle was doing that. But I was so tired that I didn't know that. And my husband said, hey, look at me. She's moving the head. Oh my God, you don't have an idea. It was everybody, the nurse, the doctors, everybody was in a party.
They said it was because I was such a healthy child that it hit me so hard. But then it healed me quicker.
When something like this type of illness happens with your kids, you are terrified after that.
For me, it really only changed my exact vision of my sister. She was just so concerned with us not being worried about her, which is of course they're gonna be worried about you. She may act soft and cry and be super sensitive, but somewhere in there is super woke,
Our family got super close. We're all here and I'm healthy and I'm okay, and any tragedy, any death, we're just so grateful that we can overcome everything. There's nothing we can't overcome, All
right, we're wrapping up, so I love you guys.
We love you, baby. Take care of yourself. Be safe. We love you. Be safe, Bobby. Be safe. God bless you.
Okay, bye, Pa. All right, bye.
Bye.